let's talk about scaling a consulting company, because when I quit my job in 2018, I ran out of money a lot faster than I thought I was, and ended up starting consulting some technology companies. And I thought a lot about the business model, and a consulting company is a hard company to scale because, I mean, it's just a service-based company, right? So you're trading time for money. Talk about scaling Capitalize and actually growing the business. What were some of the challenges? How did you guys do it? I know that's a very broad and open-ended question, but
yeah, no, it's a great question, and I think it is challenging to grow, especially I'll talk about Capitalized Data Analytics here in regards to that question as well. But what's tough is when you're selling 15-year people, they don't, how do you get someone with 15 years experience? Well, it takes 15 years of work to get there, right? So I think it is hard to scale that. I mean, we did a lot of experience hiring. We used, utilize your network and looking for people to come on. But I think it is a tough business to scale, like at a significant level. Like, can you grow 25, 30%? Yeah. Can you grow 500% a year? I don't know. It's tough to bring in that kind of expertise.
yeah.
On the flip side, one of the things that we've really liked about the data analytics practice, in addition to diversifying ourselves in other industries, is we can hire straight out of college and we can train people and pretty quickly get them up to speed on a lot of the technologies that we work with, right? So it's easier to me to scale that because you don't need 15 years of Tableau to be able to work in Tableau. You need to be good at Tableau, but college graduates today, they're very tech savvy, and, they come up to speed on technology, rather quickly.
Yeah, they grew up with technology, right? They can learn anything pretty quickly. Yeah.
And we've done the same thing on the consulting side, and hired out of college and put them on oil and gas projects as well. It just takes longer, right? So they kind of have to shadow at first and then slowly get up to speed because, and I've worked mostly in the oil and gas industry, but it's a very complicated industry. I'm sure people say that about whatever industry you work in, but it takes a lot of time to have expertise in that.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing I've noticed with oil and gas people is they want to know that you know their business and their industry. That's very important to people in the oil and gas space. So,
I think it's, you made a comment about oil and gas is complex, and everyone says that about their industry, but oil and gas is extremely complex, right? And it's extremely complex within just upstream.
Yeah.
And then it's complex within midstream and downstream. And that's what's always been so fascinating about it to me, is that even in upstream, I come from a service hand background. I understand a lot about what's going on downhole, but I don't know near as much as a reservoir engineer about what's going on, with the reservoir properties, or I don't know as much about the landman, what's going on with the lease and title work. And I just find it fascinating that there's so many individual niches within the industry, and anyone that says that they know everything about this industry is just completely full of shit, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. What always cracks me up when you tell someone, "What do you do?" "I work in oil and gas." "Oh, I know someone who works in oil and gas." I'm like, okay. I mean, in what? I mean, you're talking about a massive industry, so
exactly. What do they do? I don't relate very much to the person working down in Baytown at the refinery. I was working on rigs, so it's just so widespread.